Hey, everybody, and welcome out to our Monday night show. It is, of course, I got 5 on it. Shani's got 5 on it. I don't have 5 on it. She does. But thank you very much for taking time on your Monday evening to come join us. If you're a Bulls fan, your season's over. So I know there's some Sixers fans in my area that apparently are watching that game and hopefully watching us at the same time. It's basketball. I've already moved on to hockey playoffs. It's okay. So anyway, on that note, I do thank you very much for spending your evening with us. And we are going to be talking about some very interesting topics. And as far as I know, no new Las Vegas residencies. So
I'm saving that for next week.
There we go. There was a couple of tour things you got mentioning. I was like, are they going to Vegas too?
No, but I'm saving more Vegas stuff for next week. We need some time off with that.
Yeah.
But first of all, did anybody see our new intro? Very hot.
Yes.
Very hot with the flames and everything. So we have a cool new intro now. It's very hot.
We're styling.
We're doing some old school 80s topics today, Dan.
Okay.
Some, not all. Some.
No. Yeah. So those of you who saw the 80s thing and were like, "Oh, it's all 80s all night." No. I'm not gonna.
No. Because I have some other topics too, but some of the artists are 80s artists and beyond or before, or we're just gonna get it to it.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So The Cure. When was the last time you just even heard somebody talk about The Cure?
Outside of medical reasons, it's been a while.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, they're celebrating their 30th anniversary of their classic album. Okay. So they decided, since their album is 30 years old, let's do some shows like everybody else who kind of is deciding to do shows for whatever reasons. So they are doing shows, but the downside for us are the shows are only in Australia.
Oh.
So we can't take our DJNTV, our RV.
No, but we can take the private jet.
Yeah, that we were, the RV, we were doing Vegas, Atlantic City, and, going back and forth with the whole East Coast, West Coast thing. But, so if John could fuel up the private jet and we could pick some dates out, that would be spectacular.
Yeah.
But the band decided to play 4 dates at the Sydney Opera House. So it's going to happen in May, because we have nothing going on in May, any of us.
Right.
That's May, June. Those are never busy months for us for anything going on in our lives. So they decided that they're going to perform kind of like what I said last week about the other album with the other artists of Hotel California. They're going to perform their whole entire 1989 album in its entirety. I guess that's maybe a theme now.
Yeah, let's do stuff we've never done before. Why not?
Sure. Okay. So, people are just, I guess this is the way, if we want to do a tour, we want to do some performances, how are we going to do it? Oh, let's pick an album. I think it's kind of like a theme with all these. So they decided to do the whole entire 1989 album in its entirety. And the Sydney shows are May 24th and 25th, because that's not a busy weekend for anybody. No. And then May 27th and 28th, because that's not, that whole entire type of weekend is not busy. No. And then they decided to do this after they were inducted. If you guys remember, on one of the shows, I told you that they were being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So after they got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they decided, let's do this. And they're also going to be releasing a new album. So we're going to have a new Cure album. Now, I don't know if it's going to be more of the old Cure feeling, or they're going to try to do something new. It'll be interesting if you guys are in that whole, that Cure feeling that you loved back then. So we'll see what happens. So it's just, interesting. Hopefully maybe this will be shown on cable or satellite or Netflix or something, so people can kind of see it that aren't in Australia. And they'll be releasing a new album. They didn't say when, they just said, and we'll be releasing a new album.
So my guess is my 2 things with this. First off, my guess is that the sound for the new album is going to be similar to the old stuff. Like you don't go back and play your stuff from 30 years ago and suddenly you go, okay, now we're just going to reinvent ourselves. Like it's almost like that's the warm up.
It's got to be the Cure, like classic type sound.
Yeah,
it has to be. For them to change it, you would kind of be like, yeah, it doesn't sound like the Cure.
Don't reinvent yourself now.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is, why Australia? That was the thing. Like while you were talking, I did a quick check. I'm like, they're all from the UK.
I was gonna say, like, I thought most of them were from England, but I could have been wrong. That maybe, like, somebody was from Australia or something.
Maybe it's like David Hasselhoff. Everybody's, he's popular in Germany. They're like extremely popular in Australia still.
Or maybe they just wanted an iconic venue. And as we all know, Sydney Opera House is a huge iconic venue, and just the scene there and summertime for me, like, is beautiful. So maybe they just kind of wanted something like that. I don't know. It'd have been cool if they did something here.
Yeah. Well, but in the same respect, to sell 4 shows.
Yeah. 4. Yeah.
5 days, basically, right?
Yeah.
2 day off, 2 more.
Yeah.
So, but 4 shows in 5 days. To me, that tells me that they either believe they still have an extremely huge following, or they do. Like, I don't know if they would have the same pull in certain places in the US to do that close together, that many shows that close together.
And how much do you want to bet that if for some reason this does sell out, they're going to add another show like on the 26th?
Yeah.
So it's just
it's going to be 2 days, day off, 2 days, day off.
And then a day?
We're going to add 2
and then 2 more. Interesting. Because it's not like they said they were performing anywhere else or moving on to another venue. No, they just said they're just going to do the 4 performances in Australia. And they're just going to do the whole entire album. And then maybe they'll do an encore of Hotel California afterwards. Because that's the thing, full albums. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does, as different as it feels. I mean, if you are celebrating the anniversary of something, and I missed it. Maybe you said it. Are they saying this is like the first time they played the entire album?
Yes.
We heard that with the Eagles. So
and it's the 30th anniversary of the album.
Okay.
Yes. So they decided to do this, like I said, after they got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
All right.
Interesting.
Go them.
Yeah. Well, staying on that kind of path, this isn't a 30th anniversary of an album, but this is actually a 40th anniversary of a band.
Okay.
B-52s. I still play them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it still rocks the women. Like the women just, you have to make sure that that's one of the songs that you don't cut out of. If you're a hot mixer.
Especially before Tin Roof. No.
Yeah. Like, especially like me, who's a hot mixer. That is one of those songs where I actually can take a breath and think for a few.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Like I actually can think and be like, okay, should I run to the bathroom? Is there something I should do? Because you cannot cut out of that song. You will get boos and looks and things thrown at you. So yes, the B-52s announced that they're doing a 40th world tour. So ladies and gentlemen, dust off those go-go boots. You are allowed to wear them to this concert.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rock lobster on.
Definitely. So they're going to embark on a world tour in celebration of this 40th anniversary. Okay. And the tour is starting in May. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit Sydney. I don't know.
You know what? That's who's playing on the day in between.
Right. But they're starting in the US first. So they are starting US first. And then from there, they're going to Europe. And they also decided that they want to write a book about their life.
Okay.
So, I mean, maybe it'll be something like if you buy tickets, you get their book. I don't know. But the book is not out yet. So I don't think that's going to be something they're doing. Yeah. But just, you can...
we're not big enough for a movie.
Right.
I'm just going to give you a book.
That's right. That's right.
And if you're
So
really
if
nice, maybe
you
we'll
are
leave.
a B-52 closet fan, and you want to dust off those go-go boots, check out the dates because they start in May on their tour.
They say where? I mean, you said US, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean all over. I checked out the dates.
okay.
Yeah. 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 They're not just doing like select cities. They're definitely going on like a whole entire like worldwide tour before they hit Europe.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So we hit a 30th anniversary.
We hit a 40th
We hit a
anniversary.
40th anniversary. And
We
now,
went 50?
ladies and gentlemen, we are hitting. See how it like kind of like came together?
You know, the thing that would have been better if
What?
that was topic 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, whatever.
It's the math geek in me. I'm sorry. Okay.
Dan always has to like bring me down when I'm like, all right. Well, this is a 50th anniversary tour of some classic rock.
Okay. So 50 years ago, let's see, that's 69.
50th anniversary. So chat room, 50th anniversary of some rock. If I wouldn't tell you the artist and you saw them, you would know exactly who they are.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if this was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, or now. You would know exactly who they are. So chat room, try to figure out, I said classic rock. It's a group. It's their 50th anniversary. And if you just saw a picture of them without any wording or anything, excuse me, you would know exactly who they are.
So this is 50th anniversary of them forming, being a band?
Yes. 50 years of being a band. And you wouldn't, they have a look.
See, the ones I'm thinking are
Younger? Older?
older. Well, I'm thinking on both ends of it. That's where I'm having trouble. Like I'm thinking.
Jimmy said Starship.
like-
That's a good. But if you see the band, not a lot of people would know
Yeah,
the
no.
band. Stones, we've already talked about. We've already talked about the Stones tour and everything, and how it's kind of not going because he had the heart surgery. So it's not the Stones. America. Ooh, that's a good one too. But no, very distinguished look. If you would see a picture of them, you would know.
See, I'm thinking like Aerosmith,
Who?
but that would be too young.
Oh, we talked about Aerosmith. They're doing
Yeah.
Vegas.
That's true.
This is a whole U.S. tour. They're from the U.S. These are good guesses, though. These are good guesses.
We have a city?
A city where they're from?
Yeah.
I don't know
Or
exactly where they're from. Very distinguished look. Kind of like very.
Oh, I know who it is now. Yeah. Keep in mind, chat room's like 30 seconds behind us.
I know,
so.
that's why I'm going to keep doing this.
You know what's sad is I'm trying to rack my brain. And I just realized I have the list of who we're talking about.
I know you do. That's what I think is so funny is Dan knows everything, but Dan
I choose to play along.
which I love that Dan is playing along.
Absolutely.
Randy got it. Randy got it. Yeah, Randy got it. I said very distinguished look that if anybody would look at them, they know exactly who it is. ZZ Top is the group.
Sharp dressed man.
Thanks for playing, everybody. So yes, it's their 50th anniversary tour. So they decided in celebration of 50 years as a band, which I mean, how many groups can actually say that? They've been together for 50 years and still together, not like we broke up and like we decided to do this because somebody passed away or something. So they decided to do a tour starting in August. Maybe they'll be towards Atlantic City and we could take the RV. I don't know. Tickets actually went on sale this past Friday. So if you are a big ZZ Top fan, check it out. And this is kind of cool. For select cities, they're also going to be joined by Cheap Trick and Leonard Skinner.
So, now wait, I will say this. I did ZZ Top and
Yeah.
I've got some tour dates actually that start in May.
Yeah. Oh, this
not
really?
August.
Are you sure they're not pre-selling in May? Oh, what tour dates are starting in May? I have starts in August.
Now maybe now here's the difference. As a part of that tour, the 50th anniversary tour, that might mean what's different. But like they're in Dallas
in May.
Yep. Woodlands, Austin.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does.
Sweden.
Yeah, May 4th. They start May 4th. Well, I gave bad information then. Okay. Oh no, that's B52. Sorry. Let's try this again. No, it starts August 16th. Their 50th anniversary tour starts August 16th in Ridgefield, Washington.
Well, I'm not gonna call you out on that.
Okay.
The fact that their website's telling me something otherwise.
And it says the 50th anniversary tour?
Well, this is just them. This is their tour.
Oh, okay. This is Punch In 50th anniversary tour.
But what's weird is when I see their August dates, they're in Washington.
Yeah.
On the 17th.
Because it says the 50th anniversary tour kicks off August 16th, and the band is set to play 34 cities in the U.S. for this tour.
They're just messing with us. That's all it is. They're messing.
Like, I did my homework.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when I went to Ticketmaster for all events,
yeah,
it's not breaking it down to like this
okay.
tour.
Yeah, so that would suck if somebody like got the May thing and it wasn't like the right tour. Yeah.
I mean, and then they're like overseas or some.
Yeah, no, that's not the right tour.
Well, it's still them. I mean,
but that's not the 50th anniversary tour. That's also with Cheap Chick and Leonard Skinner.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be anywhere near Atlantic City.
Okay.
They're going to be in California at that time.
Washington. I just saw that. Yeah. They're doing a whole like West Coast stuff first. Okay. Yep. So we'll just cross that one off. That's okay. So yeah. So ZZ Top, I'm telling you, these artists are just, they're staying here. They're not going away, which is fine. I mean, I'm not mad at them.
Well, but even just what I was seeing, like, it seems like they continually were touring. You know, like they're doing a special 50th anniversary tour. I'm not negating that, but it's, you know, sometimes these groups are like, oh, well, we haven't done anything for 10 years. We're going to tour.
Right. Like some of the other artists that I've talked about. Yeah.
They're like still touring and they're still going worldwide tours.
Good for ZZ Top.
Yeah.
Hashtag Beard Game Strong. Good for them.
If only.
All right. So we are kind of switching gears and we're going more current now with music. And I'm not really talking about a tour, but I'm just letting you guys know that, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, I brought up the Korean pop band BTS and made fun of them on an award show. I believe that was me.
No, I think that was your mom.
Oh, was it? Oh, that my mom's birthday episode?
Yeah, so we were at Mom on to totally lambaste them after that episode.
That's right. Yes, I made my mom watch the award show with me for her birthday, and then she did the show. Well, I'm letting you guys know that if you do kids parties or even like, you know, early 20s and stuff like that, BTS is not going anywhere. They are definitely not going anywhere. So they made history this past weekend, and they were the first ever South Korean musical guest on Saturday Night Live. Now I taped it just because I wanted to see if they got any better from like that last performance. And I don't know, like, I just can't get into it. I mean, I understand the current hip hop and what the kids like about it. And, you know, cause I've had conversations with the youngins and they explain stuff to me. So it's like, even though I don't appreciate it, I understand where they're coming from. So I decided to talk to some youngins and it's like the way, you know, back in the day in the 60s that people were with the Beatles. I mean, these kids were crying over their performance, like crying while BTS was performing. I was like, oh,
why?
They're just, and they're American kids. Like, it's an American sensation. I'm not just saying like, it's the American Korean like fan base. No, these are American kids that has incredible, like, first of all, they did I do have to say, like, performance wise, they did an incredible job. On SNL, you know, as people who've watched SNL in the past, the musical performer usually performs twice unless it's like somebody iconic that also closes out the show and then does like a 20-minute performance like Prince, who just like decides to keep staying. I know like Paul McCarthy did that. Like I know like so many artists just decide, hey, I just, you know, I love what I do and I just want to keep going. So they did 2 performances. The first one was like full on band and singers and everything. And they did their like, you know, little choreography and everything and their Korean pop and everything. And then the second one, they just did it with a track and it was their, and, you know, it is what it is, but they're just hot. And they performed their new single that's called Boy with Love. And it was like trending all over social media while it was being performed. Like that's how hot they were, that people were just trending with them. And they're also going to be performing at the Billboard Music Awards May 1st. And they're nominated for an award. Like they're here to stay. Like they are one of the hottest boy band groups right now. You can't even think about another boy band group that's actually out there right now that is above BTS, which is, you know, crazy. And they became the first musical group from Asia to blow past 5 billion on Spotify. 5 billion.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, Day said Blackpink. Yeah, Blackpink, but there's females in that one too and everything. But Blackpink is another Korean pop sensation. But it's just crazy. I mean, BTS is here. So definitely if you guys are doing any, you know, kids parties coming up or school stuff or things like that, make sure you have the hottest BTS songs because they will go crazy the minute they hear those first couple beats. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up on that. But I mean, for them to be on Saturday Night Live and then be trending that like next couple of hours because of the performance, craziness. I think I'm going to have to watch the Billboard Music Awards on May 1st to see how they do.
You can let us know. Definitely have to fill us
bandwagon yet. I kind of just, you know, bounce my shoulders, but I think that's just because I feel bad. So I kind of just do this. It was like when Fake Love came out. Like, you know, I sing you guys the lyrics. It was just Fake Love. So BTS, here to stay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, our next topic. I know I've talked about holograms in the past, and I've talked about like, you know, some of the hologram tours that are going to be starting and what they're trying to do with them and everything. But now we have another hologram tour that is in the works, and they're really doing the bells and whistles with this one. And it's interesting because of the age range of the artist, and it's the Buddy Holly hologram tour. Now, I didn't know Buddy Holly had like youngins that liked him. So I'm just interested if people are just going to go because it's a hologram tour, or if you really have, you're going to have to do like, you know, a 3 p.m. show. You know, to attract.
You got to do 2:30 so you can get them out in time for the 4 o'clock early bird.
I was just going to say that no, isn't it dinner than the show? So if you do the 4 o'clock, then the show has to start like at 6.
In the morning, probably.
No, 6 p.m. show.
No, you can't do that.
Because you do dinner then show. You don't do show then dinner because that's too much. You're very overwhelmed at that point. You have to eat first to get your substance. So if you want to bounce your shoulders, you got substance in you.
But you can't do that. You can't, you know, go to dinner and then go to bed. That's normal. Come on.
No.
Okay.
So we're doing a 4 p.m. shows. Is that what we decide? 4 p.m.
Sure.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Okay, 3 p.m. shows.
You got to eat and then, or you got to do it and then eat.
That's right. So the Buddy Holly hologram tour. And there's more to it.
Okay.
He have another person join him on this hologram tour. And the other person is another hologram.
Okay.
And it's Roy Orbison.
Okay.
I'm very interested in this. So it is called the Rock and Roll Dream Tour. And the tour is going to start in United Kingdom in October. And it'll be there for a whole entire month. And then from there, it's going to move. Like, they really are doing this huge. Then it's going to move to Europe. And then after Europe, it's going to move to North America. So they decided, kind of like the other holograms that I've talked about, that it's going to have a live band, live backup singers, and then they're going to have the holograms performance that's going to be remastered audio. So, because I was thinking about that, like the audio for them. So they're going to remaster the audio, and they said that they're going to transport the audience to go back in time for the evening to all their greatest hits.
You know, as weird as it is, I feel like that would actually be one that I would.
Ooh, would you?
I could spend a ton of money to go see. Now, keep in mind, I'm not going to spend.
You got tickets? Would you go to it?
Yeah, I think I would. I would.
Buddy Holly, Roy Orbison, Rock and Roll Dream Tour.
Because I also think of it as this way. With some of the hologram shows we've talked about, this has definitely been the case where these are artists who were really kind of at their peak.
Oh,
when something happened.
Yeah.
Where people who just never got a chance to see them now hear a chance to see them in a something besides just watching them straight up on TV. Like there's definitely a different feel to that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of comments of the Big Bopper and Richie Valens, which would have been interesting if they had done something like that. You definitely wouldn't. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. But anyway, so I think I could dig this one.
Okay. All right. Dance
more so than some of the other ones.
Okay. Dance into the Rock and Roll Dream Tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you how it is. If it comes close, I'll figure it out. All right.
Well, like I said, I don't have the tour like cities, because it just said it's starting in October. It'll do United Kingdom for the whole entire month. Then it moves to Europe, then North America. So I don't know how long it's going to be in Europe before it moves to us, and then if it's going to go like Canada first before US, I don't know. But it would be interesting. Like I said, I've brought up now 3 hologram tours that have dates. People are buying tickets and they're going. So we'll see if this is what's going to be happening now. We've talked about that. So we definitely will see.
Yeah.
Interesting. You want an extra one today, Dan?
Sure.
All right, we'll do an extra one. So
I was making my comment that I was not willing to make on air. Let's make it in the chat room. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about. I don't need that on the chat room. So this is not really music related, but just a little fun tidbit. Tidbit? What is a tidbit? Use that in a sentence.
We got ELA testing this week. I'm not going to.
This is a fun tidbit for you guys. Disney, for those that haven't heard the big announcement, they are launching their streaming service in November
12th.
So, and I'm not just talking like Disney characters. For those that really don't know what Disney owns,
the shorter list is what they don't.
Right. Honestly, you could do a short list of what they own, but you might want to think about this if you're into movies and things like that, and you haven't seen a lot of the stuff. So back in 2018, Disney pulled a large portion of their content off of Netflix and off of a lot of the streaming services. And people kind of had an inkling why they were doing this, but they really didn't know. You know, Disney really didn't make a big announcement about it. They were just saying, you know, we're doing something for the future. But here's the future, and it's called Disney Plus. And like you said, Dan, November 12th is when it's launching. They have two different prices. You can do a monthly if you kind of just want to do a month, or you could do the whole entire year. So a month is $6.99, or you could do the whole entire year for $69.99. Now, as you guys know, Jimmy, hashtag Shani's Tiblets. There's another Shanyism for you. As you guys know, the Disney library includes like the Pixar films. Of course, the animated classics that we all know are the Disneys. The big one, the Star Wars movies, are Disney. For those that aren't really Star Wars fans and really didn't know that, Disney owns the Star Wars movies, and Disney also owns the Marvel movies. So between the take out the Pixar for a second and take out the classics for a second, and just between the Star Wars and the Marvel, booyah, if you're a big movie buff there. And then, of course, they have a whole lot more, like they own, which I didn't know, that National Geographic stuff. I didn't know that they National Geographic, and, of course, all the original, like, Disney movies that we all us kind of grew up on and things like that. And I didn't know this. The Simpsons are Disney owned. See, Dan's like, I knew this. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't know this. Yeah. So you can get all of that and a whole lot more with this Disney Plus. So it's going to start in North America, and then it's going to move to Europe, Asia, and everything in 2020. And don't forget the new Lion King movie that's coming out. That is Disney as well. So just something for you guys to think about. That's not like music, even though it kind of is music related, because we all know these kind of movies, when there's like a song that's associated to them, and the kids love that song, they ask for it and things like that, and even the adults. So this is just kind of something new streaming. So we're going to see what happens to the streaming area if you guys are doing Netflix, or even if you guys do cable or satellite or any of that kind of stuff. If you guys decide to do this, and it has nothing to do if you even have kids or not, or don't have kids. This is like I said, Disney is not old school Disney. Like I said, Marvel movies, Star Wars, National Geographic, all that kind of stuff. So just something for you guys to think about, just so you guys know. And like I said, like it would take me the whole entire show to go down the whole list of what Disney owns. So just something to think about if you were like, wait, I never got to see that because it's not on my Netflix, or it's not on this. So that's just something for you guys, a little Shani Tiblet. Tiblet? Is that what I said? Tiblet? Yeah, Shani's Tiblet.
I wonder, I've been curious to see with a lot of this, just kind of how, are they going to do it similar to Netflix, where it's not going to be their entire library available all at once, but rather kind of releasing certain things here?
I think if it was for Disney, they should just do it. Overwhelm everybody.
They always lock things up like in the vault.
Right.
To make it extra special for you to own or to be able to access. And so I really don't see them. Now, let me phrase that. I really don't see them doing that long term, where they open up everything. I wouldn't be surprised for them to do that at launch, just to really get the influx of everybody going, I can get everything Disney. Like, okay, right now I'm done. But more maybe waiting, or, and then maybe a month ago, okay, we're going to pull back some of the stuff. We'll release it periodically. Don't worry, it's not going away forever, but it's going away.
That's a smart thing, of course, business wise. That's a smart thing for them to do. I mean, it is. But we'll see what happens when this launches right around the corner, November. What's going to happen with it. So I know there was talk about it because of the, especially in Chicago, because we just had the Star Wars convention here in Chicago, and thanks to Ben Stowe, he brought snow to us, which I was not happy about, and I actually sent him a very nasty text message because we were supposed to go to dinner that night, and I said to him, I'm like, yeah, they didn't even know about the snowstorm, so there's no salt on the roads. Can we virtually do dinner? It's like, we're going to virtually do dinner. And I was like, and thanks for bringing the snow to us, Ben. Go back to where you came from. That's what I said to him. So this will be very interesting. We'll see what happens with it. But just so you guys kind of know, another streaming service started. And just to kind of end DJ related, just another Shani Tiblet. For those that don't know, it finally has happened. The phase has been shipping out to everybody that pre-ordered it, and videos are posting all over the place of DJs finally getting their phase and trying it out. And Jazzy Jeff even tried it out this past weekend, and the set was incredible. And mobile DJs are getting it, and club DJs are finally getting the emails and finally seeing it in their hands and able to connect it and do it. So if you have pre-ordered it, you should be getting your email. I think the last of the emails should be going out this week. So if you've not gotten an email, don't freak out yet. But all the emails are going out and gives you the tracking number, everything of your shipping. So it finally phase is coming out for the DJs, because I was going to be scared what was going to happen at the next DJ convention that they were at.
Yeah, it was starting to get a little bit, for lack of better terms, it was the virtual DJ 8 there.
But I mean, I understand, look what happened. I think it was with the rain, that you get things out too soon, and then you have to do updates on people, and they have to send it back. And I mean, I've had to do that with certain controllers too, that I had the flagship, and they were just trying to get it out. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, for free, you could ship it back to us. And so I get it, but I also get how frustrating it is when they keep saying, the new date is this. The new date is this. The new date is this. And we all know we want our, DJs and their toys. We want our toys. So, yeah.
Especially when you pre-order it and you pay for it. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that the chat room is about Shani's Tiblets. I love it. So, yeah. So phase is finally for real. It is not snuffleupagus. It is for real. It is out and it's in DJ's hands. So congrats to those DJs that are going to have those.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, on that note, I think our trusty sidekick, we're going to call him the sidekick.
Is he our side? I think he kind of is our sidekick.
I'm guessing.
He's this guy.
Yeah. But I think he's coming back at some point soon. If not, we're just gonna, hang out and oh, there he is.
See how we just did it? It was like, I think he's coming back, and then we should have just done this, and then he would have. But John, you need to come up on the screen.
I can't. I can't.
Well, work that out, okay?
John's already slouching just to get in the camera. I mean, he's.
Yeah,
chair doesn't go any lower.
I jacked the chair up a little bit earlier to get that different angle. So.
There you go. But I do want to thank everybody for taking time to join us tonight. Hopefully you learned about some tours that you need to check out, some artists that are celebrating some very big milestones and worthy of at least kind of turning an ear to, if nothing else. I mean, like I said, even if you might not check out their tour, the fact that they're celebrating that milestone might be worth throwing in just to kind of surprise somebody or even to reconnect with somebody who's like, oh, I heard about that, and hey, now they're playing it. That DJ knows something. But definitely want to make sure you spend some time and get all that kind of stuff ready for yourself, so that you don't make any mistakes and play, instead of ZZ Top, you play somebody else and say it's their 50th anniversary, because that just would not go over well. But coming up this week, we got some great things for you. No Shani Tidlets for the rest of this week, but she will be back next Monday as we get 5 more new ones on it. I'm going to let you say it, because I'm going to say it wrong.
Right.
And then John's got to censor me, and that's just not going to be good.
Yeah,
I'll be cooking my Tiblets this weekend, because I want to wish everybody a happy Easter and a happy Passover, because that's all happening at the same time. So Shani's Tiblets will be cooking on the grill. No, I don't know what's going on right now.
We don't get more snow.
No, Ben left. So it's
You're
hopefully
safe.
tomorrow it's going to be nice. If anybody saw a picture that I posted on my Snapchat and my Instagram stories, it's kind of funny. It's a guy that has a winter hat and a winter coat, and he's laying on the snow, and then he's in shorts and flip flops, and the sun is shining on the grass on his legs, and it says "Welcome to Chicago."
I think I've seen that same meme with regard to PA. It's everybody gets to have some fun with it, that's for sure. So, but thank you very much for taking some time to join us. Again, if you're not on the Insider, what's wrong with you, really? I mean, come on, just check it out. But DJNTV.com/insider. That way you can stay up to date with all the videos that are released. And of course, you get to find out what our topics are a little bit beforehand. So you can make sure that you tune into us. Again, next Monday night, 10 o'clock, we'll be back here. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
Bye, guys.